Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Feargiveness frequency. I was sitting outside today just I was told that the Divine Mother just needed a hug. And it brought me through this series of events that brought me here to my pillow. And we're surrounded by color, but really connecting to the waters of the divine. And it we're in a planetary pause. So today I'm going to give us a little bit of an energy update, and I'm going to invite you to join me in this hug that we're going to be giving back to the Divine Mother and just kind of wrapping the world in hug. So in the planetary pause, it's been happening for the last few days to a week, depending upon where you are at in your journey. It is really asking us daily to not put an agenda, not have a big to-do list, to really go where we're guided to go. And in the course of the last few days, it's really a trust and surrender, and know that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring forth whatever is your next service mission. And we're going through, some say it's the shadow aspect, cleaning through all of the debris, the sludge that might be left over in the shadow aspects of our journey. So maybe things are coming up for you that you feel like you've already healed before and you're wondering why they're surfacing again. You may be short on ice. For me, they're pops of color, but for some, they might be triggers. And you may feel like your flux and flow of emotions are very heightened. And that is just showing you, as things come up, it's not for you to do more work on them. It's just for you to see them, celebrate how far you come in your healing journey, and boomerang them. Just let them go. Let them flow through you. Let them go to wherever that they're meant to be. And bring in the elements to help work with you. So maybe you allow those things to flow, and you light a candle in your home every day, and you set the intention to allow any shadow work that needs to come through, anything that no longer serves our highest good, to be transmuted back through the fire of light, back to the Divine Father and Mother, to be transmuted back into energy and light. Maybe it's through water. Maybe it's through standing on the earth. There are so many different aspects of it. And this week, in that trust and surrender. So for those of you who are just kind of like, you were taken care of, you were protected, you can handle everything that's coming through, I give so much kudos to you, and I'm sending you so many additional vibrations and frequencies into your forgiveness frequency, and celebrating you and how far you've come. For some of us, and for others that may be like caught in that struggle, caught in that the feelings of what's coming through, I think of the shadow of this season that we're in and going through is sifting through our subconscious mind, sifting through our limiting beliefs like cat litter. And it's really sifting out all of the BS, all of the belief systems that are still holding little nuggets of it, little grains of sand that are left within our subconscious mind. And this work that we're doing allows us to really sift through, and we're just clearing it all out. And it's allowing us to really clear, cleanse, and ignite and unify both aspects of the masculine and feminine. So they're going to unify and come online in this purity of oneness, a oneness with all, divine love for all. It's a lot of what's coming up that I've been feeling into planetary wise and collective is judgment. The judgments of ourselves, the judgments of others. When we fall into judgment, we drop out of alignment, we drop out of our center. And so when we're judging ourselves or comparing ourselves with others and their journeys and our journeys, it all brings us out, drops our vibration down a little bit. And so what this pause is asking us to do is to take inventory of all those moments, and you could do it daily, hourly, before you go to bed at night, when you wake up in the morning. Look for all the moments that you fell out of center and what took you there, And was this a limiting belief? Was it your inner child needed you to give them a little bit of a hug, or to go back in and have a conversation with them? Anything that brought you out of center, brought you out of alignment, that are showing up and you feel like, gosh, I think I've already handled this. This is that moment for you to hug it, just to give it love, allow it to flow, allow it to be seen, and give celebration. So some of the stuff that's coming up is reminding us that, wow, I dealt with this 6 months ago or a year ago, or gosh, all the work that I did in this particular area. And it's bringing it forth for you to celebrate how far you have come, how many transmutations and activations that you have put forth, and how many boomerangs you've really placed out there in this area. And it's now coming back to you tenfold in other ways. It gives you time to spend time with your inner child, to connect with nature. I stand barefoot on the grass every morning at sunrise, or the first moment that I get up. And today I was asked to change it up. So I change up the routine a little bit. And I was taken to the sink. And in my bathroom, our sink has been modified for height. So it's raised really high. So it's right at chest level pretty much for me. And I don't have to bend over to brush my teeth. And I was just able to set my hands in the water and allow that flow to do the same connection that I get with my feet barefoot on the ground, but I got to use my hands. And I've been taken through the last couple of days with how important our feet are and the connections that our feet have to every inch of our body. The same thing goes with our hands, and how our hands and massaging certain areas of our hands can release different aspects of muscles and tension that we might be holding in our body. And so I was taken through this beautiful connection with the element of water today. And when drinking in my sips, it was a different mantra that I was given. And it's love it. With loving awareness, I allowingly receive. With loving gratitude, I serve and surrender. And with loving abundance, I give and receive. So it was this beautiful kind of mantra that was flowing through every sip that I would take. And it was, I can, I will, I am, we are oneness. So imagine every sip you take, there's something more being shared. And within the planetary pause, everything's kind of changed up a little bit, because there isn't a lot of forward action. So a few weeks ago, it was action, action, action. You downloading the information, integrating it, giving you steps to move forward on. For me, it was conscious leadership and putting together a master class, and really writing out and visualizing every aspect of what the conscious leadership course will be when we start it in the last 8 weeks of summer. So in the beginning of August. And then it was kind of, you've got all the steps down, you visualized it, you've placed it out into the universe. And then it was it's a release and let go. And so part of me is like, this is a pretty big project. There's more work that I can, need to be doing. And I would receive more downloads. And I was just asked to write it down, voice it out, put it to the side, and focus on the here, the now, the present. And how do we give back within our center back to the collective? And that is just being present in every situation, being present in every conversation, tapping into the Akashic records and then our etheric field, giving love, just sitting in gratitude and boomeranging out as much gratitude as I can out to the collective, to the Divine Father and Mother, to Source Energy. And it's building the vision within. So another aspect of the energy update is, it's not even called manifestation in the higher realms. It is visualize it, or think it, visualize it, Believe in it, trust in the universe, receive, achieve. So think it. So think that idea forward, whatever's coming to you, whatever intuitive hits you get, visualize it. Go within to your center point, sit within the visualization of bringing all of those elements together. At one point, we were in a temple up within the new earth, and you would step into this conscious temple of conscious leadership, and you would bathe your feet in a stream of water, and then you would walk the steps on this beautiful pillowy grass, and then you place your hands in the fountain of water that was coming down this temple, and then you didn't necessarily even walk the steps. You kind of floated and flowed up the steps, and you received this chalice of water, and you drank the water. So you saw these levels of all this purified water coming down. First, it purified the feet, then it purified the hands, then you drank the water, and then you stepped up into the sound chamber where our feet hold connection to all of the areas of our bodies, of our physical body, etheric body, mental body. It expands out into all levels. Our hands do the same thing, but so do our ears. So it touched every element, and we visualized this conscious leadership temple that anyone who joins us in August is going to stepping through into this etheric temple to do the work within. And we got all of these integrations and activations, and it just brought you into this. You were levitating into the temple room where you sat on this big, huge, round table, and the chairs and the tables glowed with energy. And it was the glow and the color of it was meant for each person that sat down. So when you sat, you uploaded all of your codes and colors into the table, into the chair. It went down as above, so below, and it flowed into the center of the table, and then this pillar of light flowed all the way up, all the way down. And then within your chair, your spinal cord was the full connection. As you were sitting there, it was running that energy through. There was a feet aspect and a spinal cord aspect and a hands. So no matter, you had this just energy running through you, and it took what would take us years to accomplish. We are going to be able to accomplish within minutes and moments within these 8 weeks. And each one is like, I was looking at what was brought forth. It's a lot in each class. And I'm like, gosh, that seems like we need to break this up even further. And I was really being shown that no, now is the time where will be so consciously connected to it that it'll be integrated into the quantum fields and into the forgiveness frequency of each person, that it will do the work for us as long as we set the intention and we come prepared and really surrender in service. So these manifestations, that what we would call manifestations, are really reality taking shape and form and stepping into a higher timeline where it's already happening. So when we visualize it, we think it. So the idea comes through, our intuitive hit, we visualize it, put it into just the highest vibration and frequency. We place it into our center and believe. We sit within the center of our forgiveness frequency and just believe in it. We trust in the divine, that the universe is working on the behalf of our highest good and highest frequency. And then we receive and achieve. And so the receive and achieve aspect of it will come within time. That's right now, we're in that trust in the universe that it's all happening. And then it'll just all come to be. And then I asked to see that. Could I see the conscious temple, the conscious leadership temple? Could I see it out of that realm and brought down into a human aspect? And we were able to see that companies are coming through and allowing their employees to go through these beautiful initiations into the forgiveness frequency, and be able to transmute in leadership and in life. And it's building a whole new level of leadership of those who never thought that they would be a leader. They are seeing that it's within their soul blueprint and that they're being called to step up. So not only are we transitioning leaders that are here, we are also transitioning and building or creating and allowing those leveling up all of those within the collective that have the soul blueprint within them, within their Akashic records, within their etheric fields, that this is what they are meant to do here on Earth. And we're removing the limiting beliefs that have been placed upon them and clearing out that subconscious mind and restoring their blueprint to the highest timeline, the highest frequency, so they can confidently step into the new leadership roles that are coming forward. And the leaders that are taking this charge and the companies that are taking this charge, it is so powerful that it's hitting every industry. There's not one industry that's going to be missed. There's a few that are lagging behind, but that's okay. They will see these industries start to rise and have this. It's not even, it came to me as conscious currency. So energy will be our currency as we move forward, and our energy will be our currency. But I was also shown the currency of money and loving on money and allowing money to love us, and that money wants us to smile at it and wants us to use it for good. It wants us to give it away. It wants us to play with it. Money just wants us to fully connect in a different way. But there's also other conscious currencies of connection, so relationships and the currency. If we had all this money but we didn't have time to spend it with our family, how is that going to benefit us? And then it was the conscious currency of time. So time as a currency and wisdom as a currency. And a lot of that was brought through the New Earth Summit that's currently happening. And there was this beautiful speaker that was on, and she was talking about it, and it came through to me in kind of a little bit different way. She was talking about the other currencies that she believes, and it came through to me as this conscious currency. And when we raise the level of the currency and see that if we are rich in relationships, if we're rich in time and how we utilize our time, if we're rich in wisdom and how we can use all of these conscious currencies to really help us level our lives up. That was just a beautiful confirmation. So as we are in a pause, the best thing that I can suggest for you to do is everything you're doing, even now, watching this video and connecting with this hug, asking your highest self. So I was given this a couple weeks ago that we need to request that our highest self step forward, not higher self, not higher beings of light. It's our highest self, because we are currently at the highest timeline. So asking for the highest self to step forth, the highest beings of light to come forth and support us, and stay within the highest timeline frequencies and vibrations that are for our highest good. You are getting these kind of beings of light that just come through. If you're writing a book, you're going to get the highest beings of light available to help you write the book. If you are creating a program, bringing forth those, it's kind of like whoever's the master in that field that's in the highest timeline, that's for your highest good. These beings of light come down and sit within the powwow of your guides, or sit within the powwow. For me, it's just the divine Father, Mother, Source. And so we're in this kind of rainbow halo, and it's a powwow now, that no matter what I'm doing, even today, bringing them in, and I'll get different energies that come forth. And there has been a lot in my life. There has been a few really brilliant hearts and leaders that have currently passed, and they have been showing their energy and kind of their wittiness coming through and just helping me to create this conscious leadership program and co-creating this Rise Up. And so Rise Up is restoring intrinsic source energy, and that is it into the universal playground. That is what Rise Up is. And so when you ask, you receive. And right now it's super cool. When you go to the highest, you get to powwow with the highest energy and frequencies. And many of them may have left this earth plane because they had higher roles they were being called to as the new earth is coming into fruition. And if you believe the new earth is here, the new earth is here for you. And that's where you get to live this each day, really feeling fully oneness with all, oneness with animals and plants and energies and frequencies and elements. You get to kind of go into this. It used to be a secret garden, and now it's not secret. It's a celestial garden for all to come and play in the universal playground as we restore our intrinsic source energy all around the world and everything we do. So ask whatever it is you're doing, ask, is this for the highest good for this now moment? And for me, if I ask that, like right now, is this the highest good? What I should be doing and for the highest good for the highest moment, my light language will go off and I'll know that this is where I need to be right here, right now. I was called to there's a ton of master classes kind of showing up everywhere. And anytime I go on social media, I will ask for, before entering it, please show me what is available to me that I need to see, that is most important to me for my highest good in this highest now moment. And I'll give set a time frame, 10 minutes to 20 minutes, depending upon what platform I'm on. And these master classes kind of keep popping up, and then I'll ask, is this master class important for me to attend? And I will put it on the calendar. And so my calendar for the next few weeks is completely random, full different time zones, London time zones. There's one, I think, in Australia. And so I'll put it on the calendar, and come that day, I will again ask again, is this for my highest good? And if it meets up, and it is, then I will attend. And within it, I've been finding that if it pops up, there's a reason and there's a tidbit of information within it. So last night it was Matteo Stefanos from Gaia. He has a lot on Gaia TV, but he is putting out this kind of masterclass, and they offered the first one for free. And I go where everything is, where the free things are, and really connect with the energy. And so I want to show others that there's a way to do this healing process without tipping over expelling your entire bank account, so you can use those funds that you would have used paying for something to give back in service to something else. And that is how you raise your vibration and you bring in these cosmic brownie points. So with Mateos, it was about the foot chakra, and the feet, like I told you, had been coming in a lot in the last week. So I knew it was important. I knew it was connected. I asked, is this where I need to be in this now moment? My light language went off. And so then I just surrendered, and I was able to really connect with his energy about our destiny, our purpose, our mission, and what those true meanings of those are, that defy everything that we have ever learned. And so for me, it was shutting down the belief systems that I had about purpose, destiny, and our mission, and really listening and feeling within the heart and the energy of bringing that into my forgiveness frequency, allowing it to sit in the center, and then running it through to see where the truth of that is and what information out of it I needed to take with me. And then today there was a couple more that were on the calendar. And so, and for one, I was sitting in it. I pinged, my light language went off on what I needed to hear. And then I was kind of done. And then I knew that I had obtained the information I needed from that beautiful soul that was giving their time and energy to create these classes or to give this information out there. And so I would sit in gratitude. I would send that person gratitude, and then I would take the information I needed, and then I would move on. So I feel like time has been beneficial. So that conscious currency of time today, it really, the universe and source put it into practice for me to show me that when you tap in with your intentions to the currencies of money, time, relationships, and wisdom. And I want to get it right. I want to say her name was Susan McCallum, who was the speaker, Sarah McCallum, who was the speaker on the New Earth Summit. And New Earth Summit's on Facebook. I'm pretty sure it's on other avenues to watch, but I would really connect the speakers. I think we're on the day 20th of the summit, and you have 24 hours to listen to them. And majority of the conversations coming through the New Earth Summit have been like my light language is going off, frequency connections, and then there's been a few hit and misses, but that's okay. The energy is teaching me when to stay and when to go. And when you surrender to that, you really know when it's time for you to step away, and it's okay for you. There's no FOMO missing. You're not missing out on anything. You can walk away from that and send gratitude to it. Okay, perfect. So another part of the energy is, and especially when dealing with our shadow work, is that within the Feargiveness frequency, when you make your I am inventory, so when you go through and you say, these are all the things that I am, and then you color it. So once you've kind of done the work, you've told your story, you've talked out the trash, you've filled your trash bins, then you are going through your I ams of all the things you are, good, bad, and indifferent. It's everything you're celebrating, everything you've achieved within your life, all your traumas and insecurities around there too. When you've gone through the I am inventory and then you colored it, so you have everything you are up until this point. And that's when we start to dig in our trash can. Before we start to dig in our trash can, we go through that I am inventory colored, and we do the activate the body consciousness, kind of read through each one and see where they land within our body. And there are some in the beginning of the work, Feargiveness, that we boomerang out. So there's 3 types of boomerangs. And this is what my heart is wanting me to share. For those of you who have gone through this process, and those of you who want to do this process, feel free to do it. There's a moment, though, of assessment. So when we've gone through, we've written out our inventory, we've told our story, we filled our bin, we colored it. Now we're going through and we're assessing what on our I am list is just too painful for us to deal with right now. What are the things we don't feel like we're ready? We don't feel like we're healed enough. We just don't feel like, I just can't go there. And that's okay. We utilize the 3 boomerangs. So there's the boomerang we all know and love. We send it out there and it comes back to us. We use that boomerang for gratitude, our GETS, our GET, gratitude elevates truth. When we gratitude out those boomerangs, and when you do that, you throw it out there and it comes back to you with love and light. The universe decides what that is for you. Then there is the bird boomerang, is when we work through something, we've jammed it out, we've gone through the whole process, and we're ready to release it to fly. We're allowing it to just be whatever it needs to be. It's no longer carried in our trash can. We have upcycled it. we've changed the narrative, we changed the color, we found gratitude in the darkest, deepest moments, and we are ready to let it go. And those are the bird boomerangs. And then there's a hunter boomerang. So the hunter boomerang is a different shaped boomerang. It is when it doesn't automatically come back to you. A hunter boomerang is when you throw it with such force and fierceness to it that it hits its prey to kill. And once the only way for the hunter to get that boomerang back is to go out to wherever they threw it and retrieve it. And they take whatever it is that they're whatever it is that they caught with it, they've injured with it, they take that back to use as nutrients to feed and fuel their body. So with the hunter boomerang, when we go through that list and we pick those things that we're just not ready to heal, we may send those out in hunter boomerangs, throwing them out as fiercely and as far as we can until we're ready to heal. And then when we are ready to heal that, we go back through that list and we know which ones we've really hunter boomeranged. Then it's our kind of walkabout. We go out there, we set the intention to the universe to call back in that energy so we can heal. We either go retrieve it or we've asked for it to come back. And the moment you ask and set the intention for that hunter boomerang to come back, that you've kind of done your walkabout, you've done the healing at all the other levels, that you're ready to take this on, then it will start to flow into your field at your highest good. It doesn't all come rushing back and you just are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You get a 500-pound moose or anything like that. It will trickle in based on your healing process, and it might be triggers or pops of color. And when you trust your triggers, your trash can truths to teach, so you trust your triggers, then you will know that I brought this back because I'm ready to heal it. So as we were walking through this shadow work in this pause, you may find that you have hunter boomerangs out there that you forgot about, and that it's time for you to do the walkabout, to pull that energy back into you so you are ready and strong enough to heal, to move through this energy, and to upcycle it. You're ready to change the narrative. You're ready to change the colors. And that's what you're going to be putting into your trash can truths for this week, and allowing you to get ready to move through those so you can move those into bird boomerangs or gratitude boomerangs. So that's just what it's telling me, is that we may still have some hunter boomerangs out there that we have kind of disassociated from. They're Pandora boxes for some people, that we are just closets that we haven't opened. This is the time for you to bring it into the light, to see if it still holds the same frequencies and vibrations, pain, hurt, trauma as it did before. And you may feel, based on your healing journey and your forgiveness journey, that you have already done most of the work, and it doesn't hold. When you bring it into the light, it doesn't hold the same pain as it did for you before. That is what this pause is asking us to do. That is what the shadow work is asking us to do. It is asking us to sit within our center. And when you have that forgiveness frequency, when you pull in these shadows, when you do the work on them, you are really sealing any holes or tears or thinness that you might have in any linings of your frequency. And you might have darker colors running through it still, because these hunter boomerangs are out there. So that is a good gauge to see. I have more to whichever analogy connects with you. If you want to sift through the cat litter, the BS in your mind, and remove the limiting beliefs, if you love the color aspect and you're seeing darker colors come through your center, you know that you have some shadow or work to do. If you feel into the energy and you feel like you have thin areas within your frequency that you want to close up those holes and tears, or you might have hunter boomerangs out there. However that connects for you, it's just all of it is leading you back to yourself, and that you have the answers within. If you are beginning your journey and you're wanting a way and you feel disconnected and you just don't know where to go or what to do, I've really been encouraged to bring forth the frequency, the quantum frequency healing of the Healy, which scans your aura and it pulls in all of the highest energy emotions that you're spending the most amount of time on, and it'll bring those in for you to physically see and put those emotions to words. And it tells you where in your body you're storing that, where energy blocks are. And these scans will run, they're $80. All of the service of it goes directly to the children in Zambia to help us build out the School of Color and create financial abundance, coloring, and hope for them. So I have been a world server for the last 3 years. I make zero money off of it. Every service donation for services goes straight to the children. It's my way of being able to give back and to create and color and hope and create a whole new world for them. And you get to help doing that through these services. So the Healy is $80. That gives you a complete rundown of all of the emotions within your aura. It breaks down any energy blockages that we see. It gives you an entire color wheel of how your energy is currently running. And then we run that program for 57 minutes for you at the highest frequency. I think it's 996 or 997. So this is a quantum field. And I can connect to anyone, anywhere in the world through it. So please let me know if you are having troubles, or maybe you feel like I just don't know exactly where my energy is going. My emotions are kind of all over the place, or I really want to clear out this clutter. Please connect with me for the Healy quantum frequency, and we can get that for you. I've been doing this a lot lately for a lot of our hearts out there, and the impact has just been so amazing. Once the emotions are brought to light, we bring them into light to see if they still hold the same amount of energy and frequency. But then the quantum scan and frequencies help us to really break that down. So like we said before, when it would take us months and years to get through something, we're in moments, minutes, and days to be able to get through these blocked emotions and energies that we might have. Tell about the water. Okay, so we have a pool, and anywhere you can find water, this hug that we are going to be going on is really going to be flowing through the water, and this is down to every drop of water. We've had rain for the last week, so this is the first sunny day. This is the first day I've been able to be outside for more than just my morning time frame. So or watering the garden and checking on the beautiful flowers and stuff. So what we did is we put a quartz crystal. The quartz crystal has that liquefaction between water and solid, and it has memory. And we put this quartz crystal and we attached it to a mesh bag that is floating in the pool with a floaty. And we've done this multiple times, but today was very important that we put this crystal in the water. We held the crystal to our energy, to our center, as we sat in meditation, and brought forth all of the Reiki energy that would be needed, all of the love, divine love from the father and mother. We created this rainbow crystal diamond halo around it. We lit incense because I kept smelling incense. And when your senses are heightened, you go where your senses flow. And so I kept smelling incense, and there wasn't anything around me. And so I knew that that meant that the Divine Mother, or Pachamama, really wanted to connect in a powwow with the flow and the field and the colors of incense. So we did all that. We did some sage, and then we just sat in this just hug and just gave back to the Divine Mother, and used the water, the flow from the hand washing this morning. And every time we turned on water today, we had this jolt of energy flowing through us. So at one point, I will be able to put my feet in the water and add a little bit more energy. We did it from the ground. We did it through all of our senses, and I'm inviting you to join me as we give this hug out to the world, as above, so below, and to know that we're going to be flowing that energy the uh, into the crystal, into the water, and then that is going to flow through all ponds and streams and oceans and the raindrops and puddles, anywhere that the element of water is right now, because that is truly helping us to flow through this current pause and stage. Let's just make sure there isn't anything else. There's just been so much goodness. Now it feels really good and feels really complete. So join me for this hug as we connect. I'm going to open our Akashic Reiki hug. And a hug is HUG, healing, universally guided. So as we wrap you in this hug, all you have to do is accept, to join, to be a part of this. We're going to be sending Akashic Reiki to all those, into the hearts of all those in attendance, to really connect us. You can imagine that you are sitting around that round table of light. And as you sit within your center and you straighten up your spine, that you're connecting your chair and the chair lights up. And each of you have an individual color and code based on what you bring to this table. And as you place your hands upon the table, your energy flows through the veins and the webs of the table right into this pillar of light that is flowing in the middle of it. And that is flowing as above, so below. So within your circle, as you sit amongst this table, you have all those in the collective that are participating. You also have the Divine Father, Mother, and Source and God, Source God. You have the Divine Christed Child that is here joining us. The Holy Spirit is here. And you have Divine Mother representatives. So Mother Mary and Jesus are here. Pachamama has been joining us. And there's a few more that are starting to come in. There's an aquamarine color that's joining our table as well. And there's this beautiful Mother Arc, Father Arc that is coming. There's this trifold flame. So take a few deep breaths in. And as that white light flows down from above into your crown chakra, into your third eye, breathe in through the nose and flow that energy using your butterfly kisses, flowing it to the back of your skull, flowing it down your spinal cord channel, igniting your chair and your spinal cord. You can feel it flow down your body, through your hips, through the womb centers, down your legs, twirling around your knees, your ankles, and your feet. Breathe that divine white light all the way down through the bottoms of your feet, into the earth below, through the soil and the sediment, the minerals, the waters, down into the crusted core of Gaia, where you will be greeted by the Divine Mother's hug. Feel yourself wrapped in this immense energy of rainbow diamond light. As the Divine Mother fills you with gratitude with all her colorful rays, breathe in this light and pull it up all the way through your spinal cord, back up to the crown chakra, flowing that diamond rainbow light out above, all the way up into the heavens, the universe. Where you'll be greeted by the Divine Father's hug. Breathe in that sanctity, the unification, the oneness with all. As you breathe that light even higher into Source Light, God's hug. As you sit around this round table and this rainbow diamond light, this white crystalline light, and the golden light of Source, your table starts to create this rainbow halo all around it, utilizing all of our colors, flowing into the pillar within the middle. As your hands rest upon the table, you can feel the weight just completely kind of dissolving into Source Light. As your feet lay lightly pressed against the floor, you can feel the energy running up and through your spine, flowing out your hands, flowing up through your spinal cord, all the way into your skull, your third eye, your crown chakra. You're receiving energy as above, so below. All of it flowing out the heart chakra. Connecting our hearts with the pillar in the center of our table. We set the intention to give the Divine Mother, the new earth, a hug. We let flow our love, our unity, our oneness with all. We flow in the rainbow diamond light from this halo, the magentas, reds, oranges, yellows, golden yellows, lime greens, emerald greens. We flow in the hot pink of the high heart, the serene blue, the aquamarine blue, the indigo, the violet, the sapphire, and the opalescent light that fills our halo fills our table, fills ourself, and fills our pillar of light. We flow this energy down to the core of Gaia, to the surface of Gaia, to the fields and shields around Gaia, to the planetary networks, the planetary grids, the grids closest to the surface, the grids that flow at the edge of our solar system. We flow to the magnetic field, to the mantle and core of the earth. We send healing, unity, love, expansion, grace. We send gratitude. We connect with the flow of the element of water, the water within us that flows through us and to us, the water we drink, the water that surrounds us within the moisture of the air, the water we see and feel and touch, the water we immerse ourselves in. From our tears, we flow through the rivers, the clouds, the wind. We flow through the ponds and streams into lakes and oceans and seas. Our one drop of healed can heal an entire ocean. And we are flowing this love and light to you and through you in service and surrender. We send love to the hearts of the children, to the women, to the men, within their physical bodies upon this new earth. We flow our energy and love, and as the wind wraps around us, to the animal kingdom, the water they are, the water they drink, the water they immerse themselves in or surround themselves nearby. We flow this love and energy to the plants, the flowers, to nature, to the grandmother and grandfathers of the rooted trees of life. We flow to you and through you in divine service and surrender, unity, oneness, love. This liquefaction, this flow, this love, this light brings us closer together as we merge our droplets, as we merge our hearts, as we merge our souls and spirits within this divine light, divine love, divine oneness. We hear the birds chirping. singing their songs. We hear the wind moving the water. We feel the ripples upon the waters as it flows, that energy of the wind, the energy of the earth, the resonance of the earth. As we are wrapped in this hug from the Divine Mother, we are giving her a hug in return, giving and receiving. Every one of the beings of light at the table with their hands placed upon it, flowing and weaving their energies together into the pillar in the middle. Flowing this intention of love, connection, unity, healing, connecting to all the crystals within the mantle and to the core and the sediments and layers of earth. Crystals that have been brought up into light, the ones we have around us, within our homes, within our yards, within our communities, within the mountains. The crystals we have within us that surround our pineal gland, the stardust within our makeup, within our bones. We bring that rainbow diamond light to every atom and filling in the space in between all matter. As we remove our hands from the table and place them upon our heart, we are bringing this unified energy and love, allowing the light from the pillar to flow through our feet and spinal column, through our chairs, connecting us to the oneness of all. As we bring ourselves back to this moment of purity, give gratitude for showing up today. Look around at all of your guides, all of the divine light and love that surrounds you. To know that you are protected, you are held, and everything is working out for your highest good by the highest divine beings of light within this highest timeline of this now moment upon the new earth. Open your eyes. Oh, give yourself a hug. My feet are just tingling. Oh my goodness. I don't have feeling in this hand, but I always do when I get to connect with my heart. And when my hands are on that table, it's just such a beautiful feeling. And we have cats that have joined us in this. I'm showing a high priestess. This beautiful celebration. Everyone from the table is kind of up and moving around and giving each other hugs. And it's so great when you hug and your hearts connect. Mm. Whew. Well, thank you for joining me on this Feargiveness frequency energy update and joining me for this hug that is it's going to be felt around the world. And as above, so below. I can already see this rainbow halo really just kind of booming out and expanding out as we are sitting here, and this energy is just kind of flowing. And so as we flowed this energy into our quartz crystal within the water, will connect with all the crystals within the planetary grid, within the universal grids, really within all of us. So continue to put as much love and gratitude as you want into your own quartz crystals, because they are really all being called into action based on this hug that we have given them today and set the intention for. So if you're wearing a quartz crystal, you keep it near you. I have them in my water. Um, I have this one actually with copper attached to it. So it's just a really great way that we can all stay connected to the energy that we are being asked and called forth to connect to. Wash your hands whenever you drink, really set the intention to be connected, and this will continue to expand. And no matter when this video comes across your field, you can step in to be a part of it. It's on the quantum level. It's on the highest timeline. So there is no really space and time when we are connecting that way. This week we will be stepping into, and the gates are already open for the summer solstice. And if you're in other parts of the world, the winter solstice, which is going to be very vital and important, and especially merging that gap of unity. So if you're in a pause, continue to ask in this now moment, is this where I need to be? And wait for that feel. So for some of you, you could stand up and use your body as a pendulum. If you use a pendulum of any sort or crystal of any sort, for me, it comes in light language. But the most important thing is to ask and you shall receive, but you have to believe. So the very first thing that comes into your mind when we work with color, when we do our color coding, it's the very first color that you feel, the very first number that you feel. Don't think too hard about it, or you've gone into your subconscious mind and allowed that to take over. So really, when you ask that question, if this is where I need to be in this now moment, and you get yes, move forward. If you get no or nothing at all, redirect yourself. And you could even ask, okay, well, what do I need to be doing? And then trust and believe in the answer you receive. The Akashic records are available to everyone. We all have an intuitive field. We all have a soul blueprint. We all have an etheric field that we can tap into. It's really just trusting and believing in the information that's coming through to you. And when you sit in your center first, you can guarantee the messages that are coming through are for your highest good. And then you just have to act on them. So even as weird as they may seem, maybe you've been told to go take a nap, go take a nap. Maybe it's to connect with your animals, or to wash your hands, drink water. Maybe it's food is love, so you're asked to create with food, and or to eat something that brings you joy. Maybe you're asked to go gardening. Whatever that is, we all have that something. Follow it and see where it takes you. Maybe you're just asked to turn on the music and fill in the space in between, so you can really connect to the sounds and the things that bring you joy and continue to raise your frequency and vibration. And that's all we're asked to do, is just be present in the now moment, to enjoy this pause, to soar. So everything is as it seems, or for some, nothing is as it seems. So when it comes to seems, I was given, I don't know why, a lot of this comes through me in, is it acronyms? But it seems soar, explore, expand, experience the miracles and synchronicities that are flowing to you and through you in service to the divine. So SEEMS. And I think I added another E because it just kept going. So it's soar, explore, expand, and experience the miracles and synchronicities that are flowing to you and through you in service to the divine. So as you look upon this world and you want to continue your hug of healing, universally guided love, or to get your gets out there through your boomerangs, really just tapping into your forgiveness frequency allows you to go and soar, explore, expand, and experience the miracles and synchronicities that are flowing to you and through you. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I will see you on the other side of this rainbow.